What's up, everybody? Welcome to Picola Podcasters. We have an awesome show lined up for you. I'm Crystal.
I'm Nick.
And we have Scott Proctor in the waiting room right now. We're about to pull him on now, actually. Bam. Let's do it. Hey, Scott. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing awesome. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us today.
I'm on a day off in Boise, Idaho, and it is a whopping majestic 29 degrees. So I'm in a hotel room, warm, and perfect timing.
I love it. I'm glad we picked the right time for sure, because I know yesterday you were in a snowstorm.
Yeah,
Or like
we got held up. We were on the way to Spokane, and we got delayed by about 4 hours on the mountain pass, and getting snowed in. We had to put chains on the buses and everything. It was fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a blasty blast. Well, tell us a little bit about where you're from and why you're, moving around now and all that stuff. So tell us where you're from and how you got into music.
All right. So I currently live outside of San Francisco, Oakland, California. And I've been there for 20 years. But I'm originally from Huntington, West Virginia, of all places. And I started doing gigs in, started getting into the entertainment industry in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, New York. And then I joined the military. And I was all over the south of the country and stuff like that. And I've played music my entire life. So one of my friends says, "Hey man, when you're out, just come out to California. We'll start a band." And lo and behold, I had nothing going on after I got out of the military. So I loaded up my Ford Ranger with $600, my bass gear, and a really horrible computer and CDs and clothes, and just drove out and took a chance. And I had no clue what I was doing, and it actually ended up working. So working in the music industry, working for where I started, just playing in bands. I knew how to work on guitars and stuff. So I'd work for all the thrash bands from the Bay Area.
Right.
I ended up touring with Machine Head for several years, and then I'm playing my own projects too. And then I ended up working for Death Angel, Testament, Exodus, pretty much, like a couple of, that Jim Martin from Faith No More. Did some stuff for Robert Trujillo on a couple of side gigs. It's like just, guitar teching and stuff. And then I started working at a recording studio in Oakland. So, and then, just so had it, it's like, turns out, okay, so I was touring with Machine Head in 2013, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as a guitar tech, and we were on Mayhem with a Monomarth, Mastodon, Rob Zombie, and Five Finger Death Punch. And right. Chris Gale, who ironically, I didn't know this, but he and I had a lot of mutual friends growing up, because he's from Lexington, Kentucky, and I'm from Huntington, West Virginia. And he played the circuit that I left before when I went in the military. And so he knew all my friends from high school. So he loves Machine Head. So during COVID, I reached out to him and said, "Hey man, I'm looking for a gig. If you know anybody hiring," he goes, "Hey, just get in touch with Bruce, our front of house, our sound guy." And lo and behold, I got hired to do like studio, like audio work. It's like I do playback tech, which is I sync the entire band together and with the lighting rig and everything, running time code and stuff, and syncing Charlie the drummer with it. And then I did that in Europe for one tour and a bunch of festivals over here. And then they started they found out that I could sing, and this gets a little bit more deep into that, but they found out I could sing. And then I'm now singing backing vocals on stage with Five Finger Death Punch. There's now me and then another keyboard player named Davey. He and I are, for the live shows, left and right of the drum riser. So I'm doing my normal job, and then I'm also doing background vocals, and all the, it's pretty awesome gig.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So what's the biggest difference between doing your normal gig and getting on stage with Five Finger Death Punch?
Well, Ivan actually says, "This is your gig now," and I'm like, "Okay." Well, really, I mean, I've had the same responsibilities I did in Europe, and yeah, and it's just like, and there's they were always toying around the idea with hiring backing vocalists, for live. And then just so happens I just goofing off all day. I sing, and just like, make stupid melodies and, sing along to stuff. And, it's like everybody, I mean, they found out, just by hearing me, other crew members, and say, why don't you get Scott to do it? He can sing already. He's already on payroll. And
Right.
just as a kind of a joke, when we were in Finland the last night of the tour, Ivan pulled me up and I did Burn Motherfucker with him, and
Right.
just like the screaming thing, and then he found out that I could actually sing and scream. So I got the call from Zoltan on this US run. He said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I'm like, let me think about it. Yes. It's like, it's like, yeah. It's pretty no brainer. It's like,
Right.
so yeah, so it's like, yeah, you work hard enough at something, and finally it pays off, and you're just like, holy shit, it's very surreal.
Right.
So
Right. It's happening. This is real life.
but
It's
yeah,
happening.
it's absolutely ridiculous. I pinch myself every fucking day.
I bet you do. So,
Yeah.
how long does it take for you to set up? Like, how many people are on a crew to set up the stage and to set
This
up
show,
the different?
well, we're on the Five Finger crew is about, I mean, if you consider production, security, and everything, it's about 30 some people deep. And that's not including local crew. The local crew, like stage hands, riggers, all that other stuff, you probably add another 50 to 100 of those. So, and then not
Right.
to mention Brantley Gilbert's crew is probably like 15 to 20 people, and a couple extra for the opening act, Corey Marks. It's like, yeah, and then the bands themselves. I mean, you're talking about 200 people just, making everything happen. It's the crews are pretty big, you know. And we were out with Megadeth, it was even bigger because those amphitheater runs were, there was 4 bands, and the amphitheater runs were no joke. We're in the arenas this run in the winter, so yeah, it was pretty insane.
Okay, so the amphitheater run, it probably takes a pretty long time for those types of venues to get set up, doesn't it? Because of the space.
Uh, we were ready to put, like, usually on when the lighting rig was worked out, all the kinks work. It's about 3 to 4 hours to get just the lighting rig up and to trim, and then everything rigged, and then the PA flown, and starting to get wrung out, and then the back line, which is what we are. It's like the risers left, right, the drum risers, all the amps, all the cabinets and stuff get put on, and and then that usually takes about 6 hours. We're usually, if we start load in at about 7 a.m., we're done with line check around 1:30, something like that. And then
Right.
that's when the main support act comes on and does their thing, and they do. Then the other, and they stagger. Like the first one is the last one to set up. The first band
Right.
on.
Yeah, that makes sense. That way you can kind of backstage everything and
Hmm.
have it ready.
Hmm.
So so your profile says you're a certified rigger. So what kind of
Oh God,
like
yeah. Oh shit, I
how
forgot
do
about
you
that.
become
Yeah.
certified?
Well, that's working in the event industry. You have to know your shit first off, and then you need 3,000 verifiable hours of experience to do that.
Ooh,
And I've just being a stagehand, riggers, like, if nobody knows what a rigger is, what they do is they're the guys that are up in the ceiling pulling the points, for the chain motors that take, like either the speaker arrays up, or the lighting rig, or any like special effects, video wall, what have you, set pieces. They're the guys up 100 feet in the air pulling ropes that pull the chains up. So yeah,
yeah.
I did that for quite some time, And
Ugh.
yeah, and it takes about 3,000 hours, and you got to do a pretty rigorous written test, which involves a lot of algebra, trigonometry, and geometry. And
Right.
it's heavy in math. And yeah, then you got to know a lot of OSHA stuff, like occupational health and safety crap. But it's actually
The
good. But it's like,
regulation.
yeah, there's a lot of safety. It's basically not only to know what you know, but how to be safe doing it, and not that know that you're not going to be a liability. That's what the
Right.
certification does. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
So, did you
yeah,
get
go ahead.
pulled on? I'm sorry, did you get pulled on like
Mm-mm.
as an apprentice at all to learn that
No,
3,000 hours? Did you have to go to
no,
school?
I did. I freelanced it all my own. Just
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I would I just working for production companies for when I wasn't working for bands. It's like working for production companies, just racking up hours and just knowing your stuff. Working for the stagehands union, like on and off in San Francisco.
Mhm.
It's like you just racking up hours, racking up experience, racking up connections. Yeah, and then doing some crazy stuff. I mean,
So
the
what's
the
your
event industry is fun. It's fun. You're constantly working to make other people have a good time. So it's fulfilling work.
Yeah, it is. And
It
then
can be
you
a
get
pain in
there
the
on
ass, but
stage.
it can be
Yeah,
a pain
well,
in the
yeah.
ass, but it's good.
Yeah, once you set all that stuff up for all those hours, then you have to put on a show and then you have to tear all that stuff down. That's what
Well,
people don't realize.
literally it depends on the gig, because I did, I think it was 2018, we did Lady Gaga, or 2017 we did Lady Gaga in AT&T Park in San Francisco. It was a 4-day install and a 2-day out, and then it was just for one show. I mean, it was
Yeah.
involved, and it was it took a crew of hundreds. I mean, I
That's
made
insane.
I made a lot of money in one week. Let's put it that way. A lot of
Yeah,
money.
can't get mad about that, can you?
No,
I'll
no.
take it.
Yeah.
So, out of all the different things that you've done, is there any one thing that you wish that you had done or wish that you had more experience in?
Well, you know what? That's very stacked question. It's a very stacked question. It's like, sure, there's like, I wish I played in that band instead of this one. I wish I would have, but you can't do that, because you'll just playing the woulda, shoulda, coulda game. You'll just drive yourself batshit bonkers. But anyway, uh, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I could have been a chemical engineer or something and made a real living, But I always wanted to work a job that I loved and not being fucking miserable. So
Yeah, that's half
it's
of
like,
life. You want to make
yeah,
sure you're
yeah,
spending your time happy.
I mean, but I will say, like, when first starting out, I worked a lot of shit gigs and for very little money. And it's like and you have to live in a very expensive area to make a good amount of money too. Like these
Right.
places where most people can afford rent and afford a house, there's no work. So in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
employment industry, at least, so you're kind of catch 22, So
Is that
you kind of have to take a lot of hits in your personal life and your just to make shit work. You know,
right?
it sucks at times, but then once it actually starts flowing, it's awesome. You just have to
Oh,
persevere through it.
so you had some trials to go through whenever you first got started,
Oh,
probably. So
oh God,
was
yeah.
it just what kind of trials did you have to go through in the beginning, and like what kind of issues did you run into?
Okay, not having a solid paycheck is because I was working for a production company until the economic downturn of 2008, 2009, whatever, and
Mhm.
then got laid off. And then I started freelancing there. And the hardest part is not knowing where your next paycheck's coming from and just filling your time
Right.
up. And just there's the constant uncertainty, but the industry ebbs and flows. Sometimes it's feast or famine, really. Like literally,
Right.
that's what it is. Like some days you'll make $6,000 in a week, and some days you won't work for a whole month. So so yeah, it depends. It's like, yeah, it's because how it works sometimes is I'll work 6 months out of the year and still make great, but I'll take 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off, and so forth. It can be nerve wracking for sure, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So it's all it's if it's for if you want to have, it's definitely not job security, because there's never job security.
Right.
So,
Right. So State Line Empire, how long have you been with them?
2.5 years.
Two
Yeah,
and a half
they
years.
were around for about 8 years before I joined the band.
Okay.
And then so we're now just starting to release. We have a new singer and stuff like that, and we're just starting to release a series of EPs and singles and stuff that just like showcase the new lineup.
Right.
And so yes,
how do you think the evolutions of the band has changed with the lineup changes? Like, how do you think the songs evolved?
definitely the sound, and it's just yeah, the sound has definitely changed, because the vocalist, and just like it's definitely got more modern sounding and less, I don't know how to put it. It's like the sound was like almost like they used to sound like Velvet Revolver and stuff like that. That now it's a completely different modern sound.
Yeah, kind of like sleaze rock genre and stuff like that. It has that certain sound to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the stuff is like, really it's heavier now. It's way heavier.
Okay. So how do you think that the bass specifically has changed since you've gotten in the band?
Well, the bass stuff.
Yeah.
Like that is a good question. I got to think about this one for a second.
I didn't mean to throw you off.
No,
I'm
that's
just you can get some bass players that are more slappy, I guess, with the bass, or that use a lot of palm, or different textures of sound, I guess, and then you can also put different patches.
Well, I mean, I think about, when I play bass, I think about writing for the song.
Right.
It's not just like, I don't like bass players that are really noodly, and they, it's a matter of writing for what fits that song, and the bass is like very dirty, like the stuff that I like. It's very dirty, and it enhances the rhythm, and it just it creates a vibe for the song. It's not just a guy just playing a bunch of notes showing off. It's I write for the song, and that's basically it. And I write a lot of the song. I mean, we write as a unit, but I write a lot of the riffs on bass starting out, and it's just how I've always done.
Okay, so yeah, you make it fit for the music and what the song and what the feel of the song is. So
yeah, if it's that's a difficult question to ask, because I've never even thought about it. I just do what sounds good, and then it's like, and just give this low end girth to it, and then like with just like lots of just, I don't know. It's the tone. The tone is putting that tone in there, that signature tone, and be able to lock in with the drummer and be the bridge between the drummer and the guitar player. And then it's like, it's
part of the gel.
It's weird how it works. It's just being able to. The low end is what glues everything together.
Exactly.
And
especially with a lot of modern rock, because in my opinion, a lot of modern rock and metal is why they have like the flaring guitars and everything. It's bass driven. It's more low end driven with You can turn it in. You can turn it in your stereo, and you'll hear it. You'll hear the bass pump in your car.
I will say this much: Michael Anthony
Yes.
from Van Halen. It's like he is one of the most underrated bass players, but he's amazing, and he is the reason that band had groove.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So,
his favorite band is Van Halen, so you spoke to his heart just now.
Oh yeah.
He was like, yes.
Yeah.
What are your influences?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, my favorite newer band, and this is a kind of an obscure band, is He Is Legend. If you've never heard of those guys are just insanely awesome.
I'm writing it down.
He Is Legend.
Okay. I wrote it down.
Yeah,
I have to figure it out.
Yeah, there's I'm gonna start like throwing out some always, Anthrax and Iron Maiden were my two favorites growing up. Van Halen, obviously. I loved Rush growing up too, but then stuff in the but I loved like bands like Helmet, Quicksand. It's like Helmet, Quicksand, like bands like the Toadies, like a lot of the alternative. But then when I was in the military, all I listened to was Machine Head, Fear Factory, Pantera, and Sepultura. It's
so you have like a range.
Yeah. It's like, but listen to like bands like Thrice and then Amon Amarth. It's like, listen to like alternative and then death metal.
Yep.
Listen to a lot of various stuff. And it's weird. If it just sounds good, it sounds good, And to be honest with you, it's like about 15 years ago, I wouldn't have even touched death metal, And
Right.
then I listened to Obituary now, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like that,
I can dig it.
Yeah, but it seems like the older I get, the more open-minded I become with music, But then there's sometimes I listen to like, I can't believe I listened to that before, like sometimes ska music. I listened to some of it. I'm like, why did I like that before? And it's just like, but then, but some of it's still cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like the songs that hit you in the nostalgia.
I listen to a lot of punk rock too. So
okay. So you said ska, you like Operation Ivy or something like that, or
they're one of the few. The Operation Ivy and Mighty Mighty Boss Tones are the ones I still listen to.
Those are
So.
those are two good ones. They're a good one. All right. Well, you also with State Line Empire are about to release a new song and music video.
Yeah. It's entitled Devour. So
Devour.
So it is I actually it's funny you should mention it. It's an animated video, and it's by an artist from the Ukraine named Lekazor. And I just ended up running into some of his clips of his work, and then just reached out to him, and he was really responsive. It's like, but it's like I say, hey, can you do some custom stuff? Because a lot of the stuff that we got was like simply stock footage, And then I just paid for licenses, and just and then he was just like, yeah, and I just paid him directly, and then I asked him if there's anything we needed, could he do some custom stuff to tie the story together? He goes, no, my power's out. Because of the war. And it's like, holy shit, dude, I'm sorry.
That sucks, dude.
But hopefully we're going to work with him again in the future once the situation over there kind of calms down. So but we're definitely supporting them as much as we can on our side. Unfortunately, our hands are tied with from doing more.
Right.
Yeah.
In the comments, Ron Hankinson, that's my dad, by the way.
Cool.
He said that he loves that Five Finger shows tribute to the military respect.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Something that my dad might not know is that I read that you were in 82nd Airborne. Is that correct?
I was. I used to jump out of airplanes and blow shit up for a living.
That's where it's at, huh? Yeah. My dad was in the Air Force and he met my mom, and my mom's from Fayetteville, North Carolina, right there by Fort Bragg.
Oh God! So was that Pope Air Force Base?
Yep.
Oh,
So that's
Jesus.
why I was like, oh, they'd love to hear that you were in 82nd Airborne.
Man, what they do is they sign an American flag and give it out to a veteran every show. And on the I think it was like the third to last show we did on the last run, he pulled me out in front of the whole crowd and gave me an American flag. And it's like I was just like, holy shit, I did not see that coming. And so
cool.
He's pretty good about shit like that. So
yeah. And I saw an interview with Dave Mustaine of Megadeth, who we know that back in the day he had some issues with addiction and things like that. And now he's a lot more. Look, I'm normally wearing a Megadeth shirt on this podcast. I am so mad I'm not today. I love it. But I watched this interview with on the Joe Rogan podcast with him, and he was talking about how he tries to stay on tour with like-minded people to keep him away from addictions and all that. And he mentioned Five Finger Death Punch. And he also said that they had a sensei come with them on the road. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. Well, they have one of the head of securities is he was also 82nd Airborne, but he was in the same time I was, and he stayed in 22 years, and he actually taught the martial arts program to the current troops. He helped create that whole martial arts program, hand-to-hand combat, and he teaches it in Austin, Texas now. So yes, they have, and then he also had his own martial arts instructor. Dave Mustaine did. He had his own martial arts instructor out there with him. So yeah, so there was plenty of that going around. And Zoltan he has his own dojo he takes with him on tour, and he constantly trains every day. So
that is amazing.
Yeah.
So are there other like little random things like that are on tour that people wouldn't realize that go on?
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of things. I mean, there's all kinds of crap like that. It's like there's always something going on. I mean, like martial arts and like it's that is a big part of their everyday life. At least Zoltan does that, and it's like, and that's a big deal, and he's he's multiple degree black belt in jiu-jitsu and judo, and it's like, and he does it very often. It's like, and it's great.
Yeah, so he knows his stuff.
Yes, he does.
For sure. So State Line Empire is coming out with Devour. What can you tell me about Devour, like song wise? Like, what's it about?
Okay. Well, it's what it's about. It's about obsession, and that's disguised by love. And Tony, our singer, I'm trying to paraphrase what he said, but he says it's about devouring the unseen. It's like any means necessary. It's like to really to take an obsession too far, even if dying becomes a result of it. And that's pretty much what it's about. The lyrical content. It's about overindulging, and unhealthily. If that's even a word.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But overindulging.
If it ain't, it is now. I'm just saying.
So you're actually going to let us play?
Sure. Yes, please.
For everybody. So we got an exclusive 2 days before the release, y'all. This is State Line Empire with Devour. We'll be right back with just Scott.
Okay, cool.
That was killer.
Thank you.
I love it, and that artist, I want to know how he did it. Like how did he produce that?
Well, honestly, this is I found him on Shutterstock. It's like this, and all that was a bunch of 7-second clips that I put together and made a story out of. It's weird. So,
Okay, that's cool though.
that was so hard. That was,
We thought it was cool though.
yeah, I took like 80. I mean, there was so much stuff I didn't use, but yeah, a lot of it was just trying to make something that made sense out of all this really amazing artwork. Like just like these little 7-second to 15-second little blurps, and
Yeah.
it was great. I mean, I was like, oh, he had a lot about this, like two similar characters. He had a lot of stuff that was, just coincided, and it's like, oh, I can do something with this.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah,
definitely.
go for it. He actually really liked it too. When I sent him, he said, do you like this? Do you like it? And he goes, that's great. You made a story out of this.
Yeah.
He actually wants to do like a YouTube, kind of like a series based on the character with the hat.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
I'd love to see that happen. And then
I
we're
would
gonna be
too,
like,
but
let me tell you the story.
here's the thing: he doesn't the artist doesn't speak English at all, and then
Right.
so he needs help with the voiceover stuff. I said, man, it's like, I'll help you out if you help us out with music videos. And it's like, cool. So that's
Yeah.
might be something in the future.
There you go. That trade stuff works, man.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
So we really enjoyed that, and it looks like Kelly and her son PJ was over there rocking out. Definitely
Awesome.
have 2 new fans. They also
Cool.
said thank you for your service and sacrifice.
Thank you.
So we wanted to make sure that we chimed in on what the chat was saying over here, and thank y'all for tuning in as well. But Scott Proctor, are you still in? I'm trying to make sure I have the band named right. Amongst Thieves.
We're actually taking a break. Our singer left the band, and myself, the guitarist, and the drummer are gonna probably do a new project, and more than likely I'm going to end up doing vocals, because I do vocals anyway,
Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah, so that's what it's going to be. So
do you play any other instruments other than like bass and guitars?
bass guitar, a little bit of piano, learning drums, and I'm gonna learn cello. Just that's something I've always wanted to learn.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my favorite instrument. I love cello, and just wanted to do it.
So. I think that'd be cool to hear some incorporation and some of that. That State Line Empire. I was trying to figure out what it sounded like, and I was like, man, I cannot figure it out. And I'm probably way off on this, but vocally, I kept thinking about Iced Earth. I don't know why.
What?
But
okay.
Yeah. Well, just no. Like the cadence, like there's something about the power vocal in it.
Okay.
Like
cool.
Which there's 2 different vocalists for Iced Earth that I'm not sure which one I'm trying to. Probably Matt Barlow. I would say
because Tony, our vocalist, has been compared to Chris Cornell, to Jeff Tate from Queensryche, Ian Astbury from the Cult. Yeah, he's
definitely Queen.
Yeah, so he's got some pretty good comparison. He actually sings in a Alice in Chains Soundgarden cover tribute band. So
that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he and our guitarist, he and the singer and our guitarist in the State Line are actually both in that band too. And they did.
Okay. So you would say that Matt Barlow would be completely off from him?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to give it a good listen and analyze it.
I don't know.
Everybody's got opinions.
Oh yeah, but I think that if you were to play the cello, would you want to incorporate that into some of your music?
Probably not. And actually, I know mandolin too. So
mandolin.
Yeah.
So do you know that part in Iris? Everybody that plays mandolin probably knows that part in Iris, huh?
Not really. I just monkey around with it. It's actually pretty easy. So
okay, yeah. I'm not any good at any instruments. I played percussion in middle school, and I picked up a bowed psaltery. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a part of a mountain dulcimer instrument.
Oh
It's like
yeah.
in the family, and it's like a string, and that one's really easy to play. But I couldn't imagine playing much anything else. I cannot.
Mhm.
He's the guitarist. He plays bass. I sing all day long, but that's about
Cool.
it. So
It's
I'm glad to be able to talk to somebody with experience.
cool. Yeah, I grew up in West Virginia, so those Appalachian instruments and the like those mountain instruments, very familiar with those.
Okay, so you might have an inkling of what I'm talking about and how simple
Dulcimers are awesome.
they have awesome sound. Like I
Mhm.
love the tone that comes out of
Yep.
them. So
Yes.
would you be interested in learning like mountain dulcimer?
Maybe. I don't know. I've got a lot on my plate, man.
I bet it does sound like it. So are you involved in anything else like other that's not to do with music?
The Dungeons and Dragons, yeah, those, yeah.
You about
No,
that
it's
life.
not. Yes, no, I do. I'm mountain bike every chance I get. It's me and the bass player from Machine Head runs a Dungeons and Dragons thing, so we play online.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Have
So,
you heard
yeah.
of a Hero Forge?
Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of their figures. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we made our own.
Yeah, I did do that. I did
Yeah,
that
you
for all
have-
my characters.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, we tried to make ourselves as ourselves though. Like this looks like me. Like, little-
I thought it was pretty damn cool.
it
So-
was pretty cool. I had to make sure you knew about that because that's like a killer little to make my own action figure type thing. You know,
Awesome.
Sponsors Hero Forge.
for
Anyway.
sure. But I'm so glad you got to talk to us today, and you had 2 days until that releases. What album?
Yeah.
Does that come on?
Okay,
And
so this is going to be this is just a single drop. We're going to probably be releasing the album in January, either at the end of January or early February. And it's a 7-song EP called The Day. And then the next EP is called The Earth. And then the next one is called Died. And it's all going to be on a 15 or so song vinyl called The Day the Earth Died. We're just releasing 3 separate EPs that, combine to make Voltron. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice reference.
I love
Yeah,
it.
so so
Well-
anyway, what we're doing is each one is going to have 5 original. Each EP is going to have 5 originals. We're going to re-record one of the old songs that State Line did and put a new touch on it with the new vocalist and new instrumentation, and we're going to do a cover. The first one we're going to do is She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult. So yes, and then I think we're going to do a Corrosion of Conformity one on the second one, and then we're going to do a Seal song on the third. So
Seal? Are you talking about like Crazy?
no,
It's crazy. It's not crazy. It's going to be totally different than that one.
Uh-huh.
Which one is it? What one am I not thinking of?
Huh? I don't know because I can only think of 2 Seal songs right now.
What's the other one? What's the
Kiss
other
from
one?
a Rose.
Kiss
That's
from
it?
a Rose. But
That's gonna be awesome.
there's no way.
Yeah, we're doing that
There's
one.
no way. That one's gonna be killer. I would love to hear your sound with Kiss from a Rose for
That's
sure.
weird.
Yeah.
That's weird that your first inkling was to go to Crazy instead of Kiss from a Rose.
I know, and I
That's
love
like-
Batman. That's another thing that's sad. You
Yep.
know?
Yes, Kelly Rose. So
Yeah. Rose. That's
Yeah.
the one.
yeah, we're gonna do that one, and we're gonna do "Clean My Wounds" by COC. And so,
That's awesome. See,
Yep.
my music taste, I would have done Firewoman by The Cult, and I would have done Albatross.
Yeah.
and so it's Firewoman's a good song. Firewoman's definitely a good song.
Yeah.
But we've
favorite
already
music.
tracked we've already tracked the drums to Sanctuary. So
I love it. Hey, that one's that one's gonna get you there for sure. People are gonna love She Sells Sanctuary.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think he gets enough respect as it deserves, as in like Firewoman does, or Love Removal Machine, stuff like that.
I like
Oh,
Wildflower too.
no, think about this. Think about that song has been in so many commercials. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah. It's like that opening riff has been in so much that you don't even realize it has. I mean, it's
Are we gonna compilation video?
No, it's been in a bunch of car commercials and stuff like that. I mean, it gets used all the time. So
I didn't even realize that. I
Mhm.
need to check that out. I need to find these car commercials and compilate them.
It was in Gran Turismo 2 also for the PS2. So
Yeah.
Yeah. See, y'all be knowing. I don't really remember.
I'm just a big nerd. That's why I know. So
Makes
Oh.
two of us, man.
yes.
Yep. I'm only half nerd. I forget half my information and then rely on you to plug the rest of it. That's how we
I
do
mean,
it.
speaking of nerd, look at my hat. That's nerd right there.
Oh yeah, we going Star Wars over here.
Yeah.
See, my dad's a huge Star Wars fan. If
Yeah.
I could walk you to a room or in the other room probably, and he's got like this case that's got like stormtrooper memorabilia that people have gifted him
awesome.
over the years.
That's cool.
And I mean, it's an entire case, all stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Ever since I was a little kid, I was always fascinated with Boba Fett. So.
Oh yeah, Boba Fett was the one.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, what are your social media links? What?
You knew exactly.
Yeah.
What I was thinking.
Right when the comment came in, I saw you shake your head.
Oh my God. No, she didn't. Look, I've given her so much crap about that. I have even handed her DVDs and said, take these and watch these. Like, I swear I have. Not one still, Kelly. I've handed you. I'm so we were best friends. We were best friends, but we're not anymore because that is
hush, you are
unsatisfactory. I am unsatisfied with this. No, now she's just gonna come over for the marathon, not be able to leave till it's over.
It's like, yeah, but we're gonna release another single for this EP called Entitled probably next month, and then the other two songs are gonna, then we'll release the whole thing. It'll probably release a single with a video for the rest of the EP, and I'm mixing everything like crazy while on the road. It's like, so my time, I mean, I either spend a day playing video games or mixing a record. So, and I can't, no, just it's because you got to give your ears a break.
Oh,
you got to give your ears a break. Yeah. Especially after we do a show, it's so loud on stage in my in-ears. I can't, from the ear fatigue from a show, I got to rest the next day.
Oh, and yeah, that would make sense.
So.
Well, do you use anything whenever you're not singing, like whenever you're just running like background stuff, like whenever you were doing stuff for Machine Head and all that, and you weren't actually performing? Did you use any type of earplugs, like just standard? Or?
Well, yes and no, but we use in-ear monitors because I've got to hear what the artist hears, and and then you just keep the volume at a nominal. But when I'm singing, I have to have it. I mean, I'm singing, and you have to scrutinize everything. And I got to be able to hear Ivan. I got to be able to hear Chris Kale's vocals. Got to be able to hear the all the stuff that I'm doing. I got to hear the metronome. I got to hear Charlie. I got to hear Zoltan and Andy all playing. So I got to be on top of everything. So I'm kind of mission control for the shows because I'm running all the samples, and I'm running the metronome for Charlie, the drummer.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, I start and stop that for Charlie, and then he plays to it, and then I run all the intros and stuff like that, and then I run the time code out to the front of house where the lighting rig, and then so I'm sending signal that's for all the lighting cues.
Right. So that's a lot to keep up with whenever you're running a show.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is like it's like in between songs, I'm doing stuff on a computer during the songs when it's playing, I'm singing. So it's like I have no downtime during the show. So
okay, yeah, that's wild.
With Machine Head and stuff like that, I had to pay attention also because I was doing all Rob Flynn's patch changes for his guitars backstage.
Right.
And that's usually most guitar techs do that. So
yeah, but it's insane how much your ears have to go through it, and like, do you go to the doctor and have your hearing checked or anything like that?
Oh yeah, from the military, I've got tinnitus, got a little bit of hearing loss. You know, it's like from a grenade and stuff like that. I have tinnitus is a real thing. I've learned to manage it, but you know, it's like it can sneak up on you too.
Does it ever hinder
protect
your
your ears,
work
kids.
sometimes? Does it ever like make it hard for you to tell certain frequencies?
Not really, because I can isolate it, and I've just learned I mean, I can tell you the frequency that it's at. It's 13,500 kilohertz. So, well, it's 13.5 kilohertz. Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, I run sound, but not anywhere like you do. You know, I run karaoke, so I found that I can't run sound with. We have these earplugs called ear racers, and it's so you can have conversation. And it only cuts out those certain decibels, and I love them, but I can't do it while I'm running karaoke. It has to be like when I'm DJ only and I have everything level, and I just, because it doesn't sound right.
Those things, they filter out the high end, they filter out the fidelity, and then because I mean, if anything, it knocks it down by like 25 dB or something like that. So decibels, excuse me.
Yeah, so, that's exactly what we got. And I mean, it's weird. I don't know how I would feel about having in-ears in during a show versus monitors personally. And I know that you have to have that when you're in a big band on stage.
Trust me. So. Well, if you heard the difference on a stage with like massive stage, it makes a world of difference.
Because you cannot hear it otherwise.
It's challenging to say the least. And Ivan does not use in-ear monitors, and then we have to get him on them because we're going out with Metallica in next year, and we're not gonna. And our monitor situation is going to be less than ideal because we're going to be using all their stuff. Yeah, and we don't get to use our own stuff, so we have to get him up to speed with in-ear monitors for at least the Metallica shows.
So does he have a pair, or does he just?
Oh yeah, he's got plenty. It's the thing is, he just
done it already.
Yeah, but he likes to vibe with the audience, and it doesn't. I mean, I totally understand. I don't totally understand why he doesn't want to. So I mean, he likes to vibe with the crowd, and it's like and I know there is a level of disconnect when you put in ears. Like if anybody talks to you, you got to take it out real quick. Even the ones that are ported, like they have ambient filters, so you can hear outside stuff. But yeah, so I don't have any of those. So I need to get some. Support.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would try to. I've seen of artists using shotgun mics pointed towards the crowd.
Yeah, those are the. Yeah, you need that. You need that for sure. You need crowd mics.
What do you know? What kind of brand? Like, I'm sure you handle it all the time. So, do you know what kind of brands for microphones that you would say are probably best for professional settings?
There's so many. I mean, Shure, Sennheiser, Heil, Audio-Technica, AKG. There's tons. I mean, and honestly, if it sounds good and it's not noisy, then it's good. I mean, if you think of this, like Pantera did Vulgar Display a power with a Shure 58, the vocals and so did Green Day. Green Day's Dookie was done with a handheld live mic, not a $3,000 studio mic. It's like Rage Against the Machine did everything, a System of a Down. They all recorded with just a handheld mic, and iconic albums are done with just basic microphones. So it's so I mean you can get away with a lot. An SM58 goes a long way. SM57s, the Shure 57s and 58s, workhorses. Mm-hmm. You can do anything with those. So
okay. So you would definitely recommend those types of brands, because I was trying to find affordability versus of course, like the Shure, like I currently use wireless Shure PG58. It's the BLX 288 or whatever. It's a plastic capsule.
You use the SM series.
Yep, the SM series. Those are way better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'd heard things about Sennheiser, for example. Like
Mhm.
Sennheiser, all their parts are, instead of having like plastic connections, they have a lot of metal connections.
Mhm.
Like, and so they are a lot better for shock absorbency and those types of things. So
Yes, that's when all of our State Line Empires, we use E945 vocal mics, the Sennheiser.
okay.
So and those are pretty. They're bucks, but they're awesome, robust. It's like
Right.
you can run over them with a car and they'll still work.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
both brands are equally awesome.
okay. Well, I'm glad
Mhm.
I got that question answered, because
Mhm.
I always wonder, what the professionals would suggest.
I mean,
I
like
really
for live recording is a whole different ballgame. At a studio,
Mhm.
that's when you get into expensive mics, and that's
that
that's a
cancel out certain frequencies. You got bad weather too?
what's that? My phone's flipping out.
Bad weather?
Yeah, weather alert, snowstorm. So
I don't
Well,
know if you heard of it. Like thunder just hit out here. It's like boom.
yeah, we're
Like,
under a tornado warning. Super fun. Normally it's hurricanes, but here we are with tornadoes.
oh, lovely. You're in Florida?
Yeah. Yes, I'm in Florida,
Oh yeah.
and it's warm and humid today.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
don't
like I
know.
said, 29 degrees here.
Yeah, it's just sticky today. It's
Yeah.
humid and sticky.
Yeah. I
But I
mean, it's
appreciate
sticky.
your time.
It's sticky if you stick your tongue to a flagpole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie, Christmas Story. It's perfect time to
Oh,
watch it again.
it's the truth. That's true if that works. Yeah, that's the true
Yeah.
thing.
Did you try it?
No, I've heard stories, and it does. Just like your hand will stick to stuff sometimes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
very true.
All right. Well, I look forward to your release in January, and I'm excited about in 2 days how you're going to release this music video. I want to see how it performs
Mhm.
and how people watch it and what they think about that art, because I think it was killer. I think it's way cool.
Okay. Oh yeah, Kelly's gonna. She said she's gonna do it in the chat. So I'm like, all right. So go ahead, stick your tongue on that. See, like something that's a frozen flagpole. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, well, see, don't tell Kelly that, because there was one time we dared each other to stick our tongue in a one of those bug zappers.
Mhm.
The flies, yeah,
You know what?
we did
I
that.
know it works because back when I was a kid, my parents had these metal ice trays that had the crank
Mhm.
that you broke apart, and then so I stuck it on the metal ice tray. I stuck my tongue on the metal ice tray, and it did stick. Forgot about that.
Okay.
But
So
it just
technically you have tried it, just not on a
but
pole.
just little warm water. Little warm water will thaw off.
There you go.
Yes, it does. It does. It
That
does.
is good. Well, I'm not gonna do anything crazy like that. I've never seen snow like hit the ground and be on the ground, so I'm scared. I'm mortified of cold. Cold here
Yeah,
is
well,
wet cold.
I'm not a
It's
fan of
wet
it either,
cold here.
but I'm in it.
Yeah. Is it bad, like whenever you're traveling in different areas, like whether they have like humidity in that area, that it
Oh,
just like
yeah.
sticks to you?
Well, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. It's like, to be honest with you, Europe was brutal this summer. Like, I remember we were in Hellfest in
Mhm.
Clisson, France, and catering. It was in a like where all of our food was in a black tent, and it was sweltering hot. The day after we left, they had to shut it down because 2 people passed out from heat stroke in there. So,
Ah,
while they're eating. So so it was just bad. But yeah, like Europe in summertime and they don't believe in air conditioning in Europe. So
oh, nope, can't do that. I'm in Florida. Nope.
yeah, that's funny though. It's like there's not much AC in Europe.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask my parents about that one. I was born in Germany, and I didn't experience it, but I have to find out if their area, because my dad was in the Air Force, whether
Mhm.
that area and like the American housing or wherever they were, whether they had actual air conditioning or not. Because I'm curious I wouldn't survive it. I would not. But I really appreciate you joining us today, and I
Thank
hope
you
to
for
hear
having me.
more from you and your band, State Line Empire, and whatever you have coming up next as well. And I also hope that your Metallica tour goes well. That's beyond exciting, I'm sure, because that's a biggie.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, for sure. All right. Well, we'll talk to you later. Stay safe and stay warm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, man.
We're gonna get Dead Devils on next. Let's see if they are in the waiting room here. I see 2 of 3 of them.
I mean, Carl's
don't
there.
see-
I just don't see.
Well, I see Brian and Alex. Oh,
There's Carl.
Bam. So let's go ahead and pull them on. Dead Devils. Bam. There's Carl. There's Alex.
Hello.
Brian. Hello. How are we doing today, guys?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing awesome. How's your weather where you're at?
Weird weather.
Talk about the weather.
It's thundering here.
It is ridiculously thundering here. We were just in the middle of that interview and it was like, whoa, the whole house, man. Are y'all excited for tomorrow?
Hell yeah. I can't hear the other guys. I can only hear you.
No, I do not hear Alex at all.
Alex.
He's the one that everybody wants to hear.
Yeah, he's over there in that whole skull mask. I see you picked the full mask.
No, that's his real face.
Gotta love
Is that not his real face?
I guess not. I still don't hear him though.
Yeah, I can't hear him either. Oh shit. My dog's in here because of the thunder and he keeps kicking the little table thing.
Oh, that's okay. So tell us about how Dead Devils came about and got started.
Alex had an idea, if you can remember not. He was writing music with himself, doing all kinds of, start something. And so I pestered him for maybe a year. I would like drop a little message, hey, you want to play? Shit, like every 3 to 4 months, and then eventually I wore him down. I started playing stuff, and then Carl hopped on, which was a great addition. And then
Okay. Sorry, there's like a weird frequency coming in the back. You hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. It's like a little hum. I don't know if it's like on mic or
I'm not
if it's
sure.
coming from here or not.
It's hard to hear.
It's not in here.
It just stopped.
On this side.
I think it's working. No,
Is it
not.
coming from me? Because I just muted. Is it back?
Is this mic working finally?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Haha.
All right.
there we
You're
go.
a little bit, let's see. I think we can
And
pull
yes,
it up.
Carl, I think the hum was coming from you.
Damn it. All right. I'm going to try to fix that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just hard to hear.
Is everything working now?
I think so. I think you got on the levels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
levels
great.
are working great.
The stupid M button was pressed. That's why. So blame the letter
Oh
M.
no. The letter M. it's like
Yeah.
it's like a what
Terrible
was it, Sesame
sponsors.
Street? So tell us about the skull. What's the deal with the skull?
It's just the way I look, and I don't appreciate being made fun for it.
Okay, well what's up with the difference between the did I make fun of you or did I ask what was up with the skull?
Well, I mean, I could be sensitive. If I was green, it'd be better, but I'm pink.
It's not easy being pink.
No, honestly,
easy.
I don't know how it came about. It just was a culmination of a bunch of like really dumb ideas that ended up forming into this. And then for whatever reason, my idiot friends all liked it and told me, keep doing it. It's terrible. And I was like, fuck yeah. Okay. I'll keep doing it. And here I am, and I'm stuck in this thing forever.
I mean, it's great. The moment I saw it, I'm like, that is fucking awesome.
He did. He was all about it. So
Thank
have you officially divided or decided on whether you want the half mask or the full mask, or are you gonna switch it up?
I think I'm gonna play it per situations, just depending on the overall like temperature of places. I can perform in this. I have a microphone that fits in here perfectly fine, that will allow me to sing and play. But the half mask, if it's just too hot, too unbearable, I just make up a little bit, put that half mask on, put my hat back on, and then we can keep rolling. So it's
It is.
trying to plan for a lot because we live in the South and everything's terrible down here.
Yeah.
From the people to the government to my fucking band, it's all terrible.
So I got a chance to listen to your songs or some of your songs there on Spotify, and tell us about your lyrical content. Tell us where you came up with these words.
Honestly,
always-
I have a thing. So my writing process these days just comes down to the fact that I don't want to be serious. I love having fun. I'm allowed to do 2 drafts of lyrics on all my songs. If that's it, that the second draft is where it's done. That's how I do it. I don't want to overthink it. I'm an idiot. My best friends are idiots, and the things that we enjoy in life are the dumbest things possible. And I decided that that's what I want to be about. Being too serious isn't any fun. So, talking about being too old for punk music is where it's at because that's relatable.
That is relatable. That is relatable. so
Best
tell
to
us-
keep it light.
do what?
I said it's best to keep it light. Is my audio still messed
Holy
up,
shit,
or do I
no,
sound
no,
like
you're
me?
Good, man. You scared the fuck out of me.
Nice.
Yeah, you
I
were
gotta know where to
Yeah, I thought he was having audio troubles. All of a sudden, boom! I'm like, oh.
Oh, yeah, we were just
Hey,
surprised. That's
Brian,
all.
My
Richard
bad.
keeps saying there's a ghost behind you, so I need you to figure this shit out so Richard can stop being scared.
There's no ghost behind me. There's a big organ and some skulls, and that's it.
Okay,
Yeah, just
Richard, we're looking out for your
organs and
safety,
skulls.
okay?
So it's just no ghost.
No, Steve. Okay, I
It's
didn't
an
see you.
apparition.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourselves. I'm going to start with Brian because I know that he also does photography. Is that correct?
I should say that. Dee Dee's the main photographer. I do backups, but she doesn't because she's amazing. I do more of the videography stuff. Rely heavily on her for a lot of that too, with storyboarding and directing. I'm gonna run around with it, and it looks like I know what I'm doing. So that's 95% shit is just looking like you know what you're doing.
There you go. All right, and
you just have to know what you like you know what you're doing.
there you go. So can you tell us a little bit about some other projects that y'all might be on, or like outside of music?
Do you really want Carl to say this again?
Carl has been on our podcast several times now, but with different bands.
Yeah, but I'm only in 4 bands now though. I've dropped one of them, or whatever. Like parted ways amicably.
There you go. There you go. So which bands? are
And
you
technically, only 2 of those 4 bands are really active. Kinda, I guess, like 2.5. So
time.
Give him a month, he'll be in like 2 more.
Yeah, you're gonna be back in that band in 3 more. Yeah. Give you some time, Carl. You're a bass fool. You're all about it.
yeah, right. But no, I have my own like shitty guitar music that I write myself that I don't ever let anyone hear. Also, so like I dabble.
Oh,
But-
you dab.
Yeah,
If it,
but I'm not super talented like Brian or Alex. Like I really just play bass and music. That's really it. I'm a one-trick pony.
Carl,
But if I did have a secret skill or whatever, I don't know. I guess it's not a secret if you know me, but I can cook really well. Like I dropped out of culinary school, so I do love to cook.
He gives
Yeah.
great foot too.
Well, Kelly and my friend Kelly over here in the comments definitely knows that you can cook well, because we used to come straight to you after we would get hammered and we'd be like, Carl, make us some hash
Right.
browns with a high five.
Third shift at Waffle House is technically cooking, but it doesn't count.
Yeah, well, we know you know what you was doing. You made that special sauce. Came up with that special sauce, the Carl sauce.
Did I? Because I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Kelly could tell you about the Carl sauce. It was a conjunction of like the Waffle House sauce and some other sauces. I don't know what you did, but it was magical.
I used to drink, so I don't know. That's there's no telling.
Well, it was definitely magical. It tasted great. So Alex, you do you work in a music store, don't you?
When they let me, yes.
When they let you.
There's a reason why they keep me in the back away from everybody.
Right. So what do you do there in the back?
Real quick, I'll address that. But Carl, if your original content's as bad as it says, then it has a home in Dead Devils, because that's all we're about.
But it
don't
doesn't follow. It follows. If it goes in between the dots, it doesn't just land on the dots. Like, it goes in the in-between ones too. And like, we can't have that. That's bullshit. Like, nobody has time. Nobody has time for that.
That's true. If you ask us at all about our music process writing, it's just the dots. We only hit dots and nothing else. Anything else is too complicated. We can't do.
Get your flat and sharp.
You're only supposed to play the dots. And then, like, if you hit the two dots, you've gone too far. You got to go back the other way, because that's what those two dots mean.
Okay.
I mean, stop.
Here, let me show you. See these two dots right here? You're not supposed to go past. You're not supposed to go past these two dots right here. You go back. That's what this means. Because all this up here, that's you don't mess with that.
It's too much this. It's too much this, and we can't do it. If I whittle too much, I chip my fingernail polish, and we just can't have that.
Yeah, those notes up there, can't do nothing with them.
Lord.
Yeah. But yeah, we just I pretend to have a job. That's about the best I can do. My daytime job is playing with cats and reading manga, and that's what I like to do.
Sounds like an awesome job.
There it is.
Yeah, if I could find one of the cats, I'll bring one out.
Awesome.
Okay. So
I could show you guys my microphone. I know you guys were talking about microphones earlier.
yeah.
You know, I could whip out my microphone right here if you want to see it. It's a Shure SM57. It's no big deal. It's very sleek. But yeah, it's a Shure. Yeah, it is. It sure is. But no. But yes. That's the microphone that I don't use for anything, because I don't record music, because I'm a bass player.
There you go. There you go. You just have one. Just keep that thing on you. Just whip it out.
I've used it before.
That's like quite a lot.
And who's the cat?
So we're gonna change this interview up, and we're gonna interview you guys. So how are you guys doing, Crystal and Nick? This interview is now turned around. How long have you guys been interviewing people?
Probably for on and off about 2 years, but we had a large gap and we're trying to bring it back.
Oh wow,
2 years, but that does not include
so
random conversations we annoy people with.
Well, so if it's been 2 years, can you explain the gap in your work history then from interviews?
I would say that we just got too busy.
See, this is
so in the interview career that you've had, what is the best interview that you've ever done other than the ones with me?
Other than the ones with Carl, what do you think?
The best ones.
The best ones for you.
I don't know, like the Weston, Wild Wild Weston.
That one was a good one.
He's my buddy to begin with, so it was nothing but shenanigans.
Yeah, we did a show with Wild Wild Weston, who's on TikTok. He mixes drinks together, and we tried the Irish breakfast as a layered shot.
I mean, we got to be lit on camera.
Yeah,
So-
but it tasted like breakfast. It tasted like maple syrup pancakes.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like pancakes.
Yep,
That's
it's
all
pretty
Brian
crazy.
does is get lit on camera.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Again, another good job.
But we didn't really get lit. We just tried a couple things. We didn't feel it. But
So
we
half of
tried
it.
fun. Yeah, we talked about some embarrassing stories, and it kind of got a little crazy. So
Was it
Yeah.
crazier than this interview?
for sure.
All right. Well, we need
I
to
don't
Because
get
this
know.
is pretty
answers
crazy.
in.
Is it crazy? We got a guy in the
There's
school.
There's high antics going on, I'll tell you.
It's high antic.
Are y'all
I'm just
coming to
kidding.
our show
I
tomorrow
don't-
night? Are y'all in
Tomorrow
town?
night.
Y'all in Pensacola?
Yeah, we
Yes,
are.
we are in Pensacola, and I have a gig tomorrow night as well.
So do we.
Yeah, convenient.
That's how it always works.
But
But
no,
yeah, I'm
like
actually-
I think in like exactly 24 hours we'll be playing our gig, right? Like we'll
Yeah,
be
it's
there.
at
Exactly.
9:30.
Y'all go on at 8?
9:30.
Okay.
Okay.
But the doors are at 7, right, guys?
Yep.
Does anyone have a flyer? Yeah.
Here, I have a
Doors-
flyer. Bam.
doors is-
Slap it right in my
Yeah,
pocket.
there it is.
Woo!
With our friends Bangarang Peter, Cletus Bean, I can't read the other ones. Burns and Jane. Yeah. You can tell that I'm not actually friends with them, but they're great, I'm sure. They're wonderful. I
And
can't wait
other.
to,
And more. So
Yeah,
in y'all's experience working with these bands, like what would you say, like what bands would you like to see Dead Devils tour with?
Oh, Brian's got this.
Or not really tour
Yeah.
with.
This is a Brian
Oh.
question for sure.
Brian's got that shit.
Bands
He's
to
our
play
manager.
with.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to play with this other show coming up on January 6th with Forsaken Prophets and the Chodes and Karate Lift. A fun show. You don't want to miss that one. It's at Easygoing Gallery.
I want to play with Orphic because their bassist is terrible, and I love him.
I think we
But
played.
if we did that, that'd be cool because I get to play a shitload of bass, and I'm all about that. So
Yeah.
I get to bring like 6 basses.
Let's just have Carl do all his bands at one gig and see how much he goes before he actually passes out.
So, but hang on. Who I think we should open for, and just stay with me. Insane Clown Posse. Here's why.
Oh!
Here's why, though. Here's why. Because they love goofy shit, right? Like they love goofy stuff.
I could see
And
that.
like, yeah, and like we would, like it's goofy, right?
Right.
It's the
I could-
goofiest.
But I'm saying like it's one of those horrible ideas. It's so bad it's good. That's why I said stay with me till the end, right? Now
Yeah.
you may critique my idea.
I can
Yeah.
do that.
It's bad.
I can paint my skull with the Juggalo paint.
Yeah, see, we're already getting it going here.
Why do I feel like
No.
Brian's like contemplating whether he still wants to be in the band if y'all open up for Insane Clown Posse?
Brian doesn't
I'm
have a
down for
fucking
whatever.
choice.
Dude,
Oh,
now they're
Brian's already in the
they're
band.
gonna hit us up, being like, whoop whoop, like come on, like to the gathering, right? They have the gathering and shit. Let's do it.
Yep. Bring your hatchets.
They have like fucking rock and punk bands come on that shit. You know, I could do
Dude, that's what I'm
that.
saying. Like,
I'll throw Fago at a motherfucker. I don't care.
yeah, I'll go to Michigan or Ohio or wherever they are. They're in like one of those states, right?
Yeah. I do have to say that our show on January 6th that we have coming up after this one with Karate Literature and Forsaken Prophets and the Chodes, I'm fucking stoked on that motherfucker. Like, so bad. Like, it's going to be a balls to the wall punk show with some crazy people, and we're going to be toned down, I think, tomorrow night, maybe a little bit, but I want to go, I want to put on some shit, and that's going to be a nasty show.
It's
Okay.
gonna be fun.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so you're pretty excited about that. Where's that at again? You said was it the break?
No, easygoing gallery.
Easygoing Gallery?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
hard
will
to
not be
hear.
an easygoing night. No easygoing night.
No easygoing there. So, are there any venues that you would like to see your band go into that are local that you maybe haven't gotten into? Well, obviously y'all just started up this part,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
I mean,
well, the
shit, we've only been a band
handlebar.
for like 2 months.
that's what I'm saying. I know y'all just started that, but is there anywhere specific that y'all would? I know that many of you have already played some of these venues in other bands. Let me put it that way.
Mhm.
So is there
You
any
want
way
to know
you'd
a
like to see the
secret?
Yeah,
This is
Brian's
the
got a secret.
First time I ever played on.
Is it
first
now?
time?
This is the very
ever?
first time.
I just found this
Wow,
shit
really?
out today.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
See, they didn't even know.
Wow.
Everyone just assumed
You
that
told
I was
it.
just
I got to deal with a
42
stage
and
baby tomorrow night.
starting this second idea.
I wish I would have kept a tally, and like I wish I knew what number show I was playing tomorrow. But this is the first Dead Devil show, and that's fucking exciting. Like the first Dead Devil show, that's special. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
It's gonna be so cool that we don't even need a drummer.
Yeah, we don't have a drummer.
Well, Richard said he'd play for you guys.
Oh, yeah,
Richard.
we love Richard. Yeah, Richard was our
Richard.
number one choice, but the dude is way too
Well, I played,
popular and way too busy.
Yeah, I would agree with that because we went to go pick up a bass from him the other day, and we ran into like 3 other people. I think it was just 2 people, but still, we ran into all.
I think that like Richard plays an instrument in every band that kicks ass, and so he doesn't have time to play in the Dead Devils because it's just like there's only 365 days in the year.
It's terrible.
Is Richard Dunleavy the Chuck Norris of music?
Definitely.
Yeah.
365 days a year.
He's the little punk music around here. He's featured on everything.
There it goes.
Oh,
sorry, Alex. You were trying to say something.
Oh no, I was just saying that. Yeah, we've had terrible luck with some drummers, but like not in a good way. Not in a good way, terrible. In the bad way, terrible. Outside of Richard, Richard was amazing. He's just super busy, so he gets a pass. We love him very much. But
yeah, huge shout out to Richard.
You know, we're continuing with my original plan before Brian bugged the fuck out of me to like be a part of this and stuff. Because I'll be honest, I just kind of was like, I don't know this fucking dude too much. Like, what's he want with me? Leave me alone. Oh, but then he brought me gifts and he bribed me.
I did.
But no, it was great. Like I originally wasn't gonna do Dead Devils live ever. It was just gonna be something I did at home, and then more and more people started asking me to, do something live, and I was just gonna do it by myself, all backing tracks. But luckily Brian came along and he's added immensely to this. And then Carl, I'm gonna tell this again. I had to remind Carl yesterday or on Sunday that when he came to try out, he just told me flat out he was my bassist. He didn't give me an option. He just said, "I'm your bassist. Show me the songs."
And then turned it.
That's not how I remember it happening. I remember it slightly different,
right
but
here.
I was very excited to audition, and I guess I was so excited that I thought I was already in the band already. But luckily though, I learned songs fast, and I know music and shit, so it all made sense, and I dove right in, and yeah, they haven't fired me yet, so.
Well, no, I mean, like, I got to give credit where credit's due. Like, I come from a melodic death metal background, and that's what I did for years and years before, like, I somehow found myself in the even worse cesspool that's punk music. And Brian came through and, really filled a void that I was personally missing in, like, a touch in this world that I was just now dabbling in. And Carl, I play bass primarily. Before this, I'm a bassist. That's what I always did. But Carl adds so much to just what I'm not able to focus on and everything, to where it's just truly this wonderful little merger of the worst making the worst. And it's just fantastic. I couldn't be happier with these guys. And I hope so much that we find the last missing piece that will really, make us work as a 4-piece band. But if not, These two are perfect, and I don't need anything more than these cats.
There you go. I love that.
Dude, I'm feeling the love, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
a
got a tear in my eyes.
good group of dudes.
What's this about
And
terrible
I noticed, yeah, Ron Hennickson, look, I will eat anything. And I mean, like, I will eat anything once. Ask around. I'll eat anything once. Just, and I stand by this. I will. I'm not saying I'll gladly eat anything once, but I'll eat it.
So you would try. You would eat balloons.
So I'll try. Balloons. What?
Dude, you started something, Carl. He said anything now. You gotta back that shit up.
It is
let's do it.
It is a fertilized duck egg that has been
It's fertilized though?
Yes, there's a baby duck in it. You can it's fermented.
Damn.
It gets fertilized because it has the baby in it and it grows.
I get it.
It's a fertilized embryo. And then they bury it.
Wait, but why are you eating duck embryos and all that? Like, why? Like,
delicacy apparently, and it's
a delicacy. Who eats this? What delicacy is this? Like, where?
$10 at Cons downtown Pensacola. $10.
At what? At what now? What?
Cons, KHONS on Palafox.
I'm not that bougie. I'm not that bougie. I don't know.
$10 for.
I know it's hard to tell that I'm not that bougie because I'm wearing a Metallica shirt, but I'm not bougie enough to know what you're talking about. But I mean, if I don't have to pay, no, but hold on. Do I have to pay for this duck embryo that you're gonna feed me?
No, I would pay the $10 to watch you eat it.
Oh yeah, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna revert back to yes, I'll do this.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a picture in a little while, and you're gonna be like, nope.
No, don't do that. No, just feed it to me. No, just feed it. Don't show it to me. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Everybody else.
Do you get hold on. But how is it prepared? Is it in like a sauce or something? Like, is it like? Do I get to put salt or do I get like Frank's Red Hot? Like, can I put hot sauce on it?
I will allow hot sauce.
All right, cool. Yeah, then we're good.
Okay.
Just shoot it back like
you have to look it in the face, Carl.
You gotta name it first.
Dude, I don't know about all that, man. Like, if it's got a face, like, that's fucked up. Like, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Carl, it's okay. It's a new position now that you're assigned to. You're the eat anything once guy. You walk into it, man.
What have I done?
This is
all right. So
I walked into wearing this fucking mask forever. You can eat some shit.
That's fair. Yeah, you're right. That's fair. I got this.
Oh man.
Yeah, all right. I mean, but can I put hot sauce on its face before I eat?
Yes.
What's your favorite hot sauce? What's your favorite hot sauce?
Right now, it's Frank's Red Hot. But I do like Crystals. Hey, Crystal. But Frank's Red Hot has this freshness to it that other hot sauces don't have. I urge you to try it if you haven't in a while. It's so good. Texas Pete should be ashamed of himself. That's not even hot sauce. It's garbage poured out. Texas Pete hot sauce. Texas Pete should go home. Texas Pete's awful. And anyway, that's my opinion on hot sauce.
There we go. All right. So before your gig, are we meeting downtown so we can?
I'm not eating this before the gig. I'll yak, dude. Like I'll eat it after the gig. How about that? And
when we switch out guitars, where you're eating the egg.
Dude, but how metal would it be if I eat it during the gig, like mid bass, and I'm just like, oh, baby duck, like that would be metal. When
can someone please
when Alice Cooper ate the chicken or whatever, or bit the head off the chicken.
Yeah, it was wasn't that Marilyn Manson?
Are you talking about our Lord and Savior Ozzy Osbourne?
No, Marilyn Manson.
Well, Ozzy bit the head off a bat. Alice Cooper bit the head off a chicken, and Marilyn Manson. I don't know.
He sucked his own dick.
His ribs out.
I thought that was a wives' tale. I didn't know he really did that.
Look, all urban legends are true.
I thought.
Facts.
Was that woman? I can't remember. There's so
No.
many
You guys go
people.
fucking Sasquatch hunting. You better believe in all the urban legends.
Not all of the urban legends. You have to research these things. But it would be metal as shit to eat the balut. Is it spelled that balut?
B-A-L-U-T.
Yeah.
B-A-L-U-T.
Someone bring
No,
one
but,
to the show tomorrow. Someone
So
bring
if
one
I
to the
were-
show.
No. Why don't we instead we'll eat like gummy hamburgers in the middle of the show, like gummy
Can we do
pizzas
that?
or something
Can
like
we do that
That would
instead,
be
please?
yeah, like that'll be better. We'll do that.
That's how I get my complexion is all the sugary candies I eat.
Yeah, right.
There it is. So y'all should totally make a flyer where everybody has to make their donations of candy to keep the skull
Oh
on.
no, that's a plan that I've been discussing with Brian for a while. I'm trying to build a candy donation box for the stage. That's how I live. I live with candy, and candy lives with me.
There it is. How many times do you have to go to the dentist whenever Candy lives with you?
That's why all my teeth are gold.
All
They're
gold
all fake.
teeth.
No issues there. No issues there. So, do y'all have any future plans for Dead Devils, or did y'all want to record more versus do live shows? Or
Well,
We're gonna learn our instruments next.
yeah, Brian's got to learn how to play first.
I was kind of thinking like
That's
world
excellent.
domination.
World domination's good, but we've been sitting on a lot of new material. You've heard a few songs that's on Spotify. Only a few of those are going to get played tomorrow. We have, I think, 5 or 6 new songs that we'll be doing tomorrow. We have them all recorded in some demo version, and once we do that, I was just going to remake them a little bit better and put them out. One thing that we want to do is every time you see us, if there's at least a week or two in between us playing, is that we're going to have new content for you. You see bands sometimes on and on and on, and you hear the same songs over and over again, which is great. If they're good songs, we love it. We want to hear it. But we love the flow of trash, and we want to build mountains for raccoons to come and make their kingdoms of our songs. And so every show, we want to have new stuff for them. And I mean, I can't tell you how much crap I have saved on my computer that's just filth, and Brian helps me with all of it, and Carl does too. I got to get Carl's terrible stuff now that I know it exists. So
It's pure shite. It's god awful. It's crap.
That's perfect.
That's how we're doing. I'm leaving a lot of the booking stuff up to Brian. Brian knows so many people, so does Carl. I'm kind of reclusive in like the public scene and stuff, it seems. So these guys are the ones that are really going to help us put our name at venues and shows and in people's mouths and on their plates. And, and we'll just show up. And hopefully if I die on stage in this match, just make sure it goes on TikTok. That's all I want.
Just make sure it goes on TikTok. Check.
Like that.
Dude, if you die on stage in that mask, I'm gonna avenge you on the spot. However it happened.
You're gonna
avenge me with myself because I caused it.
He's gonna start kicking your corpse.
Well, then I'm just gonna start. Yeah, I'll start like stomping you, like, God damn it, Alex.
And I'll put it on TikTok. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
I can be a terrible procrastinator when it comes to some stuff. I've told Brian like 6 times I'm trying to film some footage for a cover song I have done, and I haven't done any of it because it's work and I just don't want to do it.
We're supposed to have gotten together multiple.
It's going really well.
It's
moving right along.
Yeah, like if you just want to talk about content we have you ever heard the Hearse song?
Have I heard that? I don't think I've heard it.
You've heard it. It's really like look it up and hear it. Believe me, you've heard it. You might not realize.
Boring.
I didn't think I had either until he played. I was like, oh, shit.
I know. I think I know what you're.
Like, what was that Guillermo del Toro Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? It was on the intro of that movie and stuff.
The one like dun dun. Yeah, that had the organ in it.
Yeah. So I was on my way to work one morning about a month or two ago, and I heard it, and I was like, "This is really cool. Like, who made this song?" I come to find out that it's a cover because the overall version of the Hearst song is in the public domain. It's been around since like World War I, World War II. And Spotify has like 15 different versions of this song by like 15 different artists. And they are boring. Every single one is the exact same. They're all slow and they're very drudgy and they're trying to be dark and they're trying to be spooky. Every single one of them is the same. Even like rap versions of them are just slow. And I'm just like, how the
So we're doing a
fuck
Scott.
did
Shit's hard, dog.
yeah, I was like, how the fuck did the Misfits miss covering this song or something like that if it's been around so long? So I got pissed. I left work early and I came home and I made a full cover of the song in like 2 hours. So I have this super ripped, upbeat, like ripping cocaine lines version of this song ready to go. That I won't put out unless I put video to it, but I won't go fucking film the video because I need someone to hold the camera and I just don't want to fucking do it.
I'll hold the camera.
Ryan. Carl's got you all day long.
Carl fucking works. We all work. 'cause
Well,
we suck.
dude, no, I don't work anymore. After the 22nd, I start different work, and it's going to be great. But I don't want to talk about personal work shit. That's lame. But I say my schedule's about to open up huge, though, like big time. Hugely, bigly, like ginormous openings. Huge openings.
Oh, man. Well,
Was it something I said?
No,
It was huge opening.
like I even fucking got fake worms for the video, and I haven't done shit with them yet. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Nothing. I'm
Somebody
terrible.
hold the camera for him.
You have to go retrieve the worms. Look at this.
Amazon, $7.99. Go order it now. Put in
There you
coupon Eternal Dead, and you won't save anything.
They'll charge you more.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
You
God.
use a promo code Dead Devils, and you still have to pay for shipping.
And
You still have to pay full price. Yes, exactly. We'll add $10 to your order. You have to pay. But so you have the show tomorrow and January. Remind us.
6th?
6th. Okay, making sure. I'm gonna throw up this. I'm not gonna throw up, but I'm gonna throw this flyer up for Bangarang Peter Dead
come
Devil. Peter Steen. Do what?
I said, if you come to the show, you will throw up. I'll cry.
Yes.
I
That'd
feel
be
bad
awesome.
about tomorrow
Why do you feel bad about it?
because we are thoroughly fucking up that show tomorrow night.
Well,
Hey,
like
guys.
I think
We
the
love
opening,
everybody.
yeah, like it's more like a style like genre thing. Like the opening band is the mighty Cletus Bean, who is a solo, guitarist, songwriter, kind of storyteller deal, which is awesome. And then I think the Burns and Jay, right? Burns. Is it? You're right. Yeah, Burns and Jay. I don't. Obviously, I know a lot about them. I can tell you every song they've ever written. Yeah, their albums. The first album they had. I'll take you back to the beginning now. It's along the styles of Duke Ellington and Charlie Parker. With the 50s big band sound. No, I really don't know what they sound like, but I guarantee you that us after them is going to make absolutely no sense sonically. And then after us, it's Bangarang Peter, which is like feel-good party music. So that should be great.
Yeah, no, it's like we got on this, like, really, it's Jesse from Bangarang Peter. I work with Jesse, and he's a good friend. I love him and everybody else. And he was like, hey, I know your band's trying to get a show. We can put you on ours with us and everything. I was like, great. And then we were like, wait, we're the fucking ugly duckling that even the ugly duck class doesn't want. And so, like, we apologize because you're going to have these people here for this great singer-songwriter time and this fun party thing. And then we're just sandwiched in the middle of just what the fuck ever we're about to bring to the table. to Pensacola, and it's
Y'all
we're
go out
gonna have fun. We don't know about everybody else, but
Big
Brian and
drive.
Carl and I are gonna have a blast.
Well, I think that through
Yeah.
your having fun, it's going to be fun for the crowd because if anybody hasn't looked up Dead Devils on Spotify or YouTube or whatever, I'm not sure what all you would have on there, but for sure, the lyrics are you just gotta listen to the words.
I
They're
love
great.
it.
It's
I
amazing.
did. If you watch the video, that I have one video up I put out a year ago for Everything I Touch Turns to Drugs. That was like my very first thing that I just like slapped together. Like I fell into this because I was working on an EP for Dead Devils that was more metal, and I was stuck on the same song for like days and days, and I got so mad at like 11 o'clock at night. I just like, fuck this. Why am I working so hard? I can pick 4 notes and write a whole song based off of it. And that's where Everything I Touch Turns to Drugs came from. And a week later, I went to a park to film it, and I got screamed at by a lady and her kids. They were very loudly screaming church music at me while I was filming this. And for the love of me, I don't know why they would do that. Like, I'm just screaming about drugs in a public place at a kid's parking in a kid's like playground. You know, I don't get the big deal. Like, that's where I discovered drugs. I discovered drugs at the kids' playground. They had them there. The kids are terrible dealers. They charge too much. But yeah, and so yeah, it's funny. You'll actually see her in the background, and there's another dude too who just hung out and won't get the fuck out of my scenes because he's like, "What the fuck is this guy here? I'm gonna stand here and watch him." And I had to tell him like 4 different times to get the fuck out of my shot because he just wouldn't leave. And you know what? He's not even on my Facebook. He doesn't even like the band page, so I don't get the fucking point.
But see, now you've got band members who can help you do that shit and
Where the
tell them to fuck
fuck are
off
you?
for you. I'm right here, man.
Exactly.
I'll be the guy standing in the way. I'll be the one you tell to fuck off, get out of the shot.
Hey, can we? What's up with all the hot girl pics? I want to know about hot girl pics in my area.
I was about to
Oh, no,
say something on it, but I think we're attached to YouTube as well, and our YouTube live apparently got hit by a bot, and we were trying to block. Well, we blocked them, but yes, it's a
But they
trap.
won't go away.
So you mean that hot girls aren't actually watching this live stream thing?
Carl, I hate to break it to you.
Yeah. there ain't nobody watching.
I bet those damn promo codes don't even work on Amazon, do they?
They probably don't.
I don't know. I just ordered something and I got double paid for it, so I don't know.
Well, this interview sucks. I'm having a horrible time. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm having a great time. I'm having a wonderful time.
Perfect
the interview.
All right, I'm ready for the next question. What else we got going on here? We got anything else?
Yeah, I was gonna ask y'all what kind of equipment y'all kind of lean toward.
Brian, you want to talk about your equipment? Brian, talk about your
Whatever I
equipment.
can get my hands on. That's about it. I'm as
If it was,
technically savvy as and if it makes noise, I'm good. Let's play it.
there you go.
Brian is going through a bit of a few divorces with his amps.
Yeah.
And so we've been trying a few things for Brian. That's about it. I don't even think the amp that Carl's been bringing to practice is his. I think he's been taking it from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I just steal an amp every time I need to play. I just like run and grab one. And so I don't ever play through the same amp twice, like because of that, it's always a different amp, just because it's like transient. But no, it's actually a Fender Rumble 200 that was loaned to me by my good buddy Matt, whose band I also play bass in. But yeah, that's the 2.5 active bands. That's the halfway active band because like Matt is coming back from an injury, this kind of stuff. So he broke his hand, this kind of thing. So, anyways, but I am using this bass right here. It's a little shitty ass Squire Jaguar bass, and I love it. Like it's this little cheap little bass with this big ass mud bucker on it. and that's my main because you know, I figure if it's punk as hell music, it needs to be on a punk as hell bass, I guess, or whatever. So that's the one I got for this band. I kind of just got it on a whim. I was at Guitar Center and I just looked over and I was like, they only want like 200 for that bass or something. And I was like, I don't know. I picked it up and I was like, this thing sounds great. I'll take it. And I just bought it on a whim. And yeah, and then the other one is going to be, speaking of Jesse, it's the Murder bass of Murder that Jesse built. That's fucking sick as hell. It's got the DiMarzio pickups in it, and I use that on a couple songs because we change our tunings around. Because if you play the dots on all the songs, you have to change the tuning so it sounds like a different song. And so we play one tuning is one instrument, and the other tuning is the other one.
Okay.
And that's why they call us artists.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, you know, it's very boring, but it's my life. Yeah, but no, and then I do use a plectrum in this band, which is a fancy way to say a pick, and I use a 60 mil Dunlop Flow, and I also use a Dunlop M80 for a box I plug into.
There you go.
So,
What about your vocals over there, Alex?
So before I get into anything that I use, I need to make a PSA announcement about drummers. I've had 4 different drummers reach out to me to audition, asking me if I own a drum set for them to play. Drummers want to play that don't have drum sets. Drummers, get your shit together. If you don't have a kit, don't bother me. It's just weird. Like, I don't go and audition to bands and being like, hey, let me borrow your guitar and your amp and your child for tax rebate purposes. Like, you know, it's just weird. I don't get it. I don't know. Is it a common thing? I need to know if this is some weird shit. But anywho,
hey, Alex, I need you to play bass for me. So like,
okay, I have that. But here, I'll show you my 2. I got 2 guitars that I love to death and everything. This is my fucked up Ibanez. I have terrible lighting in this house. I don't know what to do about the lighting. But it's one of my guitars. It's got some stickers and some scratches. It has all my kids' names on it. I have Pasta, Virgil, and Vlad. Those are my children. All 3 of them, my little fur babies. I love them to death. And I misspelled the word fuck on the back of it too, because spelling isn't for the dead.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And then I said, God, my light. I never realized how bad my lighting is. But this is my other one. I can't see. You can't see it for shit. No. But God, I just don't know what to do about this.
Yeah, use
Let's
your
see
phone
here.
flashlight. Bam.
Look at that. Yeah. Woo! But this is my 82 Gibson Sonex. This is my Ugly Duckling guitar.
Are you playing it tomorrow?
Yeah, I got it done. So I'm playing it tomorrow. And everything. I just had it all set back up. This is probably one of the ugliest guitars you'll ever see live. None of its provenance makes any sense. Like, we've tried researching it, and while the serial number comes back, like, none of the manufacturer specs match anything from Gibson. So we're just like, which is perfect because I'm just put together too. So, you know, hey, Kelly, I appreciate your idea of lamps. But the ghosts won't let me, and I have to listen to them because they pay rent.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I'm sure everybody is stoked to be checking out the Dead Devils tomorrow, and I'm excited to hear about what kind of feedback y'all get in the middle, sandwiched in between the fun party band and the storyteller writers.
Thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you for coming on. We definitely
Brian's the
enjoyed
worst.
it.
Brian, get off the show. What are you doing?
He went to the shitter. So we could end this
Actually, I did this. So I muted my thing. I'm going to take a pee real quick.
on
I'm outside having a cigarette.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end this because I think Brian's getting kidnapped, and I want to go help the kidnappers throw him in a ditch.
All right. Well,
Perfect.
we got y'all. We got y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, Handlebar, y'all. All right.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
All right, let's get Murky Creeks on here. He's been waiting a hot minute, I'd say. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're coming. We're coming, Murky Creeks. There we go. Let's see. Can you hear us? All right, we can't hear you right now. I don't have any volume. Is there maybe a mute?
Is there a mute on your side?
Yeah, we don't have any volume from you.
Yeah, it shows it's working on our end.
Let's see. Yep, our volume's up. Is there not a mute button maybe? Let's see a mute.
I don't see a mute anywhere.
Try pressing M. There's a mute here.
Click it. I think he's trying.
Yeah. Let's try it now. I don't hear him.
Hold on.
We don't hear anything.
Maybe let's try to uninvite you and re-invite you again. See if it switches the.
Yeah, we're gonna try to click you out and then have you come back in. How's that sound? All right, we're gonna do that. All right.
Not like that. Not like that.
You mean right here?
Yeah, remove and then
You
send him the link again, or tell him to click the link again.
Yeah, sometimes it pops up that mute on these things.
Yeah.
But while we're in that, I did. Let me go here. Try that link again. You want to show them the upcoming show flyers that I loaded in?
Did it begin with the one you already showed?
Yeah, you can start with tomorrow's show with the Dead Devils. The Dead Devils are playing tomorrow with Burns and Jane, Cletus Bean, and Bangarang Peter. Doors are at $7, $10 tickets. It's Thursday. That's tomorrow, y'all. You can show the next one. Envision After Dusk, Pardon the Scars, and Love the Hate are going to be at the Poorhouse there in Gulfport, Mississippi. For those of you that are on that side of the universe, December 30th, $10 as well, 8 p.m. show. And go ahead. Rotting World Brothers show, that's going to be January 21st at the Hot Spot, also in Gulfport. That's going to be the Brothers show is because, Rotting World's got the Gaston Brothers and No End in Sight has the Thibodeau Brothers. And they also have Mo down there as support. That's January 21st at 9 p.m. at the Hot Spot. And we're excited to hear about this one. This one was cool to see drop because Gone with the Flesh, Exformation, and Dark Con of Man, all of which have been on this podcast, are opening up for Soulfly. On that tour as well is a band called Body Box. If you can't read it, I had to figure that out as well. It is Body Box. And half heard voices. Is that correct?
Yes.
Couldn't remember if that was correct or not. But yeah, that's Soulfly. That's going to be at Downtown Music Hall on February 7th in Fort Walton Beach. Convalescence is also going to be at the Handlebar in March. That's March 20th, 7 p.m. That's going to be with our friends at Dread and Blindfold Knife Fight. And there's more. I can't really read that one though, if I'm being real. What's up?
If you want to leave, you got to click it again.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
There you go.
I was like, did I miss one? You're like pointing at it. So I click it again, Crystal. They can't see your face. Let's try the link again. Picking up your mic.
I think he could hear us. We just couldn't hear him.
Yeah, he could hear us, but we couldn't pick up his mic. But those are some exciting things that are going on tomorrow. I'm going to be a play. That's going to be for karaoke. After y'all leave that Dead Devils, Bangarang Peter, Birds and Jane, and Cletus Bean show, maybe everybody can jump on over to play and get on the karaoke rotation or something. He said, "No idea what the problem is. Do y'all want to FaceTime? Unfortunately, we have no way to pull FaceTime up on. We can't pull. Do we?
Mm-mm.
What about Zoom? We could still do Zoom, right? Or is that not set up?
It's not set up for restream.
Yeah. So we couldn't do it on a different screen on the computer, like here.
We would
Like the
have to.
screen.
We would have to.
Set it all up.
Yeah.
I feel so bad because he was waiting this whole time.
We'll see if he wants to try it again. See if it'll turn the. If not, we can maybe get him with a face-to-face one.
Yeah, we
sometime.
could do that. That would be cool. And maybe an Electric Serenade.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was cool talking to Scott Proctor, though, because, you got a little bit of his experience in there. And, he's going on tour right now, which is probably like an insane experience. It sounds like he's been all over the world doing that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I moved here with $600 and like all this stuff." And I'm like, man.
I love the contrast between interviews we had, because you had Scott Proctor, and then here come the Dead Devils.
Yeah. We're the same thing. We did the sandwich thing where it's like party band, singer-songwriter, and then whatever this is.
Yeah. And that's them. But they're great. They're a bunch of
It was
great
a lot
people.
of fun. They're the vocals remind me of Murder Dolls a
Yeah.
little bit, like the raspiness, I guess.
And
I guess that's more accurate than Ice Earth.
And that comes
Probably
from.
going for Ice Earth earlier.
Well, I know that comes from Alex's melodic death metal background. So.
Yeah, for sure. Tried 3 or 4 times now.
Well, he was in the waiting room, so I
Yeah.
don't know. Let's
Do
see.
you have Zoom? We will try it. I'm going to try it. What you think about
Actually,
that?
you probably could, because we can screen share.
Yep. Open. Yeah, I don't have Crick in the room with me right now. It's the first time Crick hasn't been in the room, but FYI, Crick is he was at Electric Serenade last time. Let's see, new meeting. Oh, that's my face, boy. It's not the one.
Well, they can't see it right now. So.
Yeah, because it's plugged into that. It's not going to pull our
Yeah,
audio.
we would have to. We would
because
do it
we're
from
linked into this, it won't pull our audio for the Zoom.
Yeah. See, there's.
Yeah, it's not going to let us do it. Well, that sucks. We tried. Let's see. Oh, what you want to do, Nick?
Well, we can always try to reschedule Murky. We want.
Yeah, we could try to reschedule it and then maybe do that one in person.
I would like to do that one in person. With
I
him.
think it would be better. I
Yeah.
feel bad though because he was waiting for so long.
Yeah.
What did he just send me? My dad just sent me Sasquatch foreskins. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad.
Ask him if he wants to do a face-to-face, and we'll.
Yeah, we'll do that. Well, maybe we should sign off, and then if we happen to get it working, we can come back live.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, and if not, we're gonna reschedule, and that way we're not leaving everybody hanging on the ledge here.
Exactly.
We really appreciate y'all tuning in. We're trying to get this thing going again. We're trying to get some more artists on, more content. We're wanting more people to get involved as well. So, like, if you have like a segment idea and you want to run it by us, y'all let us know. Let's see. You should be able to call in for your audio. Just keep your mics on.
It's all connected via here now, the computer, instead of using this.
Yeah, we have the headphone jack. So if we talk, it'll come up on the audio and it'll double audio y'all. But if you're talking about like a phone call, that might work, but it's going to be real hard to understand.
Yeah. I say we do. I say we reschedule a face-to-face interview. Plus, that gives us a reason to use Electric Serenade again, because that place was cool.
That was cool.
But yeah, that was a fun night tonight. That was good. I do want to let y'all know that you're seeing this stream right now. And afterwards, of course, it's going to be saved to our platforms, but you can always check it out on Spotify now.
Yep, the last 3 episodes were uploaded, so you'll be able to watch those. And after we get done with this, we're going to upload it to Spotify, and y'all can watch this later there. And if you're listening to Spotify, if you happen to be listening to Spotify, if you want to tune into our live stream that happens on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube now. So we're starting to branch out there, doing what we can, trying to support the entertainment scene, let people know what's going on, in our area, because a lot of these bands don't have the support that they might have if people just heard about the show, even, because sometimes you just don't know until after it's done, and you're like, man.
I think we had a Twitch.
Yeah, it was probably Carmen.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think Carmen and Daniel were on that aspect of it. All right, y'all, we're signing off. We're gonna
be sure to like, follow, and subscribe everything we do. Keep up with your favorite 2 hosts in the podcast. So,
are we favorites now?
Huh?
Are we favorites now?
We're the people's favorites.
We're the people's favorite.
They don't have to say anything. I know.
We just decided we're your favorite.
Look, just like Carl just walked in and said he's the bass player for the band. We're just walking in and saying we're your favorite podcast host now.
Yep, that's what we do. All right, just gotta watch out for those YouTube bots. Yeah, dude, I was like, oh man, and that's on the screen, and it's all like live sex now, hot girls, or whatever it was. What was it?
Hey, we got bot worthy.
We got a bot.
We got bot worthy.
A multi-post bot. Oh well.
I guess that's it for right now.
Yeah, we also got to figure out how to take those off the screen whenever they happen, so we don't get in trouble if somebody puts something like "wow."
I think because
I just hit block on the thing.
And there's like a block and remove thing almost.
Yeah, I should have hit the remove from the thing and then block them.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's all right. We'll talk to you guys later. You live, you learn. Next week. Wait. Next week, we've got Adam Albright of Dope Sick, who used to be the guitarist for Sebastian Bach and Foreskin Lab. So he's coming on, and he actually reached out to us because he used to live in the Destin, Pensacola area. He now lives in LA, but he's from here, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And he reached out to us. We didn't reach out to that one. That does exist. That's awesome. We're getting out there.
Anyway, on that note, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.